Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fatin Syahidah Afiqah binti Shahrudin and my matrix number is 08DEU18F1009. What is sensor? Sensor is a device which detects or measures a physical property and records, indicate or otherwise respond to it. Sensor is also a device that detects and responds to some type of input from the physical environment. The specific input could be light, heat, motion, moisture, pressure, or any one of the great number of other environmental phenomena. Next, for the first medical equipment that use sensor is carbon dioxide incubator. The function is to develop cell and tissue culture. It is used to create an atmosphere. It must maintain carbon dioxide and humidity level. To maintain that, it needs non-dispersive infrared detection, which is NDIR. It detects gas wavelength and get the target concentration of the gas. This is how NDIR control the carbon dioxide level. The second sensor is humidity sensor. It senses relative humidity, which means it detects the amount of moisture present in the sensor and sensor capacitance so that it creates the optimal condition for biology cell growth.
My name is Sidina Faizah binti Hasmadi, number matric 1031. The use multiple sensor in modern medical laboratory equipment is colorimeter. Function of colorimeter is measure color change in the presence of analytes. After that, a colorimeter is an instrument that compresses the amount of light getting through a solution with the amount that can get through a sample of pure solvent. A colorimeter contains a photocell which is able to detect the amount of light passing through the solution under investigation. How to detect the amount of light passing through from the colorimeter? First is photoresistor or light dependent sensor. Number 2 is color sensor or RGB sensor. RDS sensor is electronic components that are used to detect light and change the operation of a circuit depending upon the light level in colorimeter. Color sensor convert color light to proportional RGB voltage output. The voltage output of each channel RGB increase linearly with increasing light intensity. LDR sensor are used to detect light level. For example, in automatic security light, their resistance decreases as the light intensity increase in the dark and low light level. The resistance of an LDR is high and little current can flow through it. A color sensor is a type of photoelectric sensor which emit light for transmitter and then detect the light reflected back from the deflection object with a receiver. Thank you.
My name is Nabila binti Razi and my matric number is 1002. The laboratory equipment that we'll talk about today is laboratory pH meter. The function of the device is to measure the acidity and alkalinity of a fluid. The meter usually has two types of electrode. The first one is pair of electrode, which consists of glass electrode and reference electrode. The second one is combination electrode. The sensor that is used in the meter is pH sensor. pH in the pH meter represents as potential hydrogen ion. pH sensor used to measure the activity of hydrogen ion in solution. The number of the hydrogen ion in the solution will determine the pH value. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arif Maimin bin Azmi and my number matric is 1028. Today I would like to present about magnetic stirrer hot plate. Magnetic stirrer hot plate is a device used to create a rotating magnetic field. The magnetic stirrer creates a rotating field based on a rotating magnet bar or a plate containing the rotating magnet. A heating element whose power may range from a few hundred to a few thousand watts can also be incorporated to the stirrer to allow the reaction flask to be heated and stirred at the same time. What is sensor that used in magnetic stirrer hot plate? The temperature that used in magnetic stirrer hot plate is a temperature sensor. A temperature sensor is an electronic device that measures the temperature of its environment and converts the input data into electronic data to record, monitor, or signal temperature change. Why temperature sensor is needed in magnetic stirrer hot plate? An increase in temperature typically increase the rate of reaction, and increase in temperature will raise the average kinetic of the reactant molecules. Therefore, a greater proportion of molecules will have the minimum energy necessary for an effective collision. From a study that I observed, a chemical mixture should always in optimum temperature to achieve optimum mixture result. The mixture shouldn't exceed their certain temperature limit. A temperature sensor will measure the temperature of its mixture and convert the input data into electronic data to record, monitor, or signal temperature change. If the temperature exceeds the optimum temperature needed for certain mixture, user can decrease the temperature for hot plate. That's all.